Welcome back to a Timey-Wimey pod, where each week we dive into the timey-wimey world of Doctor Who. I'm Rebecca,
I'm Haley.
and this week we are discussing Series 5, Episode 4, The Time of Angels. Haley, how are you?
I'm good. Excited to talk about this episode. How are you?
I'm good. I'm also excited. This has been one of those stories that I've really been looking forward to. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's been a long day, and I'm ready to get into it.
Same.
But first, are you ready for some fantastic facts?
Of course I am.
Okay, I gotta be real again. The fantastic facts, they're like not really fantastic, but it's fine.
Oh.
It's fine. Yeah, so this episode aired April 25th, 2010. It was written by Stephen Moffat and directed by Adam Smith. He also did The 11th Hour. And this is the first episode they filmed for this series. So this is Matt Smith's first episode.
I did know that, and it always blows my mind.
It's insane. And besides his hair, which is like way too long, someone should have given
Yeah.
this man a haircut. You really
Yeah.
tell. Like, it's actually
No.
crazy.
It's actually insane. And it also made me just kind of have like a flashback when I was thinking about this fact earlier of like Nine's first episode, Christopher Eccleston's first episode was Aliens of London and World War III.
Hmm.
So it's just always so fascinating to like, yeah. And what was Shooty's first episode? Was it Dot and Bubble?
It was Dot and Bubble. That scene at the end was his very
Mm,
first scene. I
that's
guess
right.
besides the giggle or whatever. I actually don't know how they filmed that.
What was David's first scene? I don't remember. Or first
Um,
episode.
the Christmas Invasion.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
don't know what Peter's was or
Hmm.
Jody's.
Yeah.
We'll find
Well,
out.
we will find out.
Haley, did you recognize the planet that we were on in this episode?
No?
Well, you should have, because it was, in fact, the Doomsday Beach.
That dang beach.
That dang beach. I think we come back to this beach again at some point, but I could be wrong.
In my defense, when you said that, I was like, planet? Place?
No, it's so
Like,
valid. It doesn't look like the Doomsday Beach at all.
it doesn't. The way they filmed it.
Yeah, no, they did a good job. The makeup and costuming for the angels took like 2 to 3 hours each day for the actors to get ready, and they had to like wear rubber skirts and bicycle seats so they could remain still. And if you have ever seen the behind the scenes footage of the angels, very funny.
It's been so long since I've seen the behind the scenes footage. I need to go see it again.
Yeah, it's a great time. But yeah, that's it. I don't know, man. I feel like the Fantastic Facts this era, I don't know if it's just that like Russell like says tells people more like, yeah, we were gonna
Hmm.
do this, but then we didn't. Or if like he just that production would have to change their plans a lot because of different reasons or what. But I don't know, maybe we'll get into like more like, ooh, that's so cool kind of Fantastic Facts later on. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like thinking, and I feel like I remember there being some fantastic facts for like series 6 and series 7 episodes, but
Hmm.
hmm, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Hallucinogenic lipstick.
Men never learn.
They never learn. The lipstick in Doctor Who's very powerful. We got a sonic lipstick and we got a
Yeah.
hallucinogenic lipstick.
Don't trust lipstick in Doctor Who is the
I
moral of the
guess not.
story.
Yeah. Um River Song. Oh wait, let's start with some like general thoughts before we like get into it. What are your general thoughts of the Time of Angels? I always just call this like the Flesh and Stone two-parter, so I really have to remember like, oh, this is the Time of Angels.
I always call it the time of the angels, which is how it's labeled like when you're watching this episode, but like on the
Oh,
screen it says the time of angels. So,
weird.
maybe there would be more clarification if it was on streaming.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys are going to hear us complain about that all the time. Sorry.
It's annoying. It's
It
really annoying.
is. It is really annoying. Um, okay, my thoughts and my opinions are everyone, welcome to peak. We have officially entered it.
Yeah. Hmm. It's a banger. I did realize, so obviously when I usually watch this, I watch like both parts back to back. So
Mhm.
just watching part 1, I did realize, oh, in the first like 30 minutes is just a lot of like walking and talking, and yet it's still a banger. I don't care that
Yeah.
nothing happens until 30 minutes in. It's still a banger. It's still top tier. It's still gold. It's still peak. I love it.
I love it too. It is such a strong setup. It is such a strong part 1.
Yeah.
And even though it's just basically walking and talking, we get a lot in this first part. Lots
Yes,
to
we
chat
do.
about.
And the cast like meshes so well together.
Yeah.
Alex and Matt, gold, top tier. Like they're playing like those
Perfection.
early Dr. River days, but they also have like such a great chemistry and connection already. Insane. Alex and Karen, they have a great dynamic that's really fun to watch.
Mhm.
Matt and Karen, always amazing. And like this is the first thing this group of people ever did together. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
Yeah, they are all phenomenal. I love we have them all in this
Mhm.
episode. Okay, where should we begin? Should we begin with River Song calling up the doctor using a home box and a museum?
Yeah, so well, we see her like on this. Well, we don't know it's her at first, but we see her in like those iconic red heels.
Mhm.
I those are some good shoes. Um,
Yeah.
and she has a teeny tiny little gun, which is cute. And yeah, she's carving something into a box, and then we get Amy and the doctor in a museum. I love this scene, how he's just kind of like running around, like ducking his head, like looking at all the things. Very sporadic, very fun.
He's like, wrong, wrong, little bit right, more wrong. I love museums. Like, I just love the way he says that. It is so funny, so 11. And I don't know if I've closely like noted what museum it is, but 11 mentions like this museum is the biggest museum in existence and it's the resting place of the headless monks, which
Hmm.
we have, yet to see.
Yeah.
And right?
Yes. We
Sorry,
haven't seen them
sometimes
yet.
sorry, sometimes I get confused with the timey-wimey of it all in my brain. I'm like, wait,
Yes.
when did we see them?
No, that's so valid. Like there's later on in the episode when River talks about like I don't want to go back to prison. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a reveal. We don't know that yet."
Yeah. No, literally. But I love that River just is like the coordinates to
Mhm.
11 and it's just so great. And he opens up his TARDIS door so she can come flying in and I eat that scene up every time.
Well, I want to go back a little bit because yeah, I love his reaction to seeing the box. Like he's very like stunned to see it and he's telling Amy like it's old like hi Gallifreyan lost language, and then she's like, "Well, what does it say?" And he just looks so annoyed when he says, "Hello, sweetie." He's stunned. I love that kind of reaction, and
Mhm.
we're officially here. Like River is back. Do you remember your reaction to seeing this for the first time?
No, and I really
Me
wish
either.
I did.
I don't, but I'm sure I was pumped. I'm sure I was
Mhm.
excited.
Yeah, it cracks me up that before 11 says hello, sweetie, he's like, there were days these words could burn stars and raise up enemies and topple gods. But this says hello, sweetie. And it's just the way he says it is them.
Mhm. So River knows like this old Gallifreyan language. That's cool.
That is wait, you're right. No,
Hmm.
that is cool.
And then yeah, he gets the coordinates, and I love the shot of his like hand stretched out to grab her, and
Mhm.
yeah, this is the first meeting, at least from the Doctor's perspective, of River and the 11th Doctor.
Yeah.
And
Always meeting in
this,
the wrong order.
they really are. And they talk more, we'll get into it later. She talks about how like this is early days for them. But already the chemistry, the dynamic, it works so well. It's kind of crazy. Alex Kingston has great chemistry with everyone. Like
Yeah.
I she works well with every doctor we've seen her with, and it just makes you so sad that we haven't seen her with like everyone, cuz she's
Yeah.
so good.
She's so good. I feel like Alex Kingston could have chemistry with a brick wall. Like, let's just be real.
Yeah.
Like, she is
Yeah.
incredibly charismatic, no matter what role she is playing, and especially as River Song. And she just steals every scene she is in. And we need to talk about her flying the TARDIS because this is one of my favorite River and Eleven moments of all time,
Mhm.
of her just like flying the TARDIS, 11 bewildered on how she knows how to fly the TARDIS,
He's
and like
so mad.
he's so mad. Her high heels are like up on the
Yes.
console.
Yeah, hanging from the little from the scanner thing.
Yeah. And then she like lands the TARDIS, and Eleven's like, no, you didn't. It didn't make the sound.
And Matt
And
Smith does a great impression of the sound. Top tier.
yeah, top tier. I'm not even going to try to replicate it because it will be
I
so
I
bad.
couldn't.
No. And that's when she tells him he lands with the brakes on, and
Yes.
hilarious every time I watch
So
it.
funny. I love it. Such a great gag. I feel like that makes people that joke like upset some people, but I don't care. I think it's funny.
Me
And
too.
yeah, this is the first time we see River in the TARDIS, and I love that she
Mhm.
immediately takes over. Amy's like just watching all of this bewildered, so impressed. And yeah, River knows how to fly it perfectly. Like she knows things the doctor doesn't even know. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
know about the blue stabilizers at this point, which I think is a fun detail because if you think about it, this is still like a very new TARDIS for the doctor.
Oh, definitely.
And we get the iconic moment of River being like, "Well, I learned from the best," and the doctor's like, "Yeah, well, of course." And she says, "Too bad you were busy that day." Which I wonder why he was busy that day. I wonder what he could have possibly been doing that day. Definitely not
Hmm.
maybe dying.
When is it revealed? Because
Let's kill Hitler.
that's right.
Yeah. So he was busy, to be fair.
To be, yeah.
So then they land, and River goes out of the TARDIS, and they don't follow her right away. Amy's like, "What's going on? Who is she?" And he just says, "It's a long story, and I don't know most of it." Really funny.
Yeah, the lines and the banter in this episode are so good.
Hmm. Yeah. I get the sense that, this is obviously the 11th Doctor's first time meeting River, but I do get a sense of like maybe they've had some adventures between the library and now because he seems like he's still very like resistant of her. He's like, "This woman will not drag me into anything," which immediately is false, but like he's still very cautious, but I get the sense that he's seen her since the library. At least that's always been my headcanon. And I know there's Big Finish and blah blah blah, but whatever.
Interesting, because that has not been my headcanon, if I'm being honest
Mhm.
with you. Like, my point of view is always like he's accepting begrudgingly that she's a part of his future for a specific reason he has yet to know. But at the same time, he wants to keep her at arm's length because he literally watched her die in Silence at the Library Force of the Dead.
Oh, I do think he is trying to keep her at arm's length and like is very cautious of her. And I think he stays like that for a while. Like I think even the next time we see River, it's he's still a little on edge, but it is kind of funny. I think while he's on edge and cautious, he still kind of like inherently trusts her. Like gives her the Sonic or Sonics her, or, they just kind of have this great rhythm where they work really well together without even trying, which makes it such an interesting dynamic to watch for two people that technically don't really know each other that well at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very, they fall in step very naturally with one another.
Yeah. So yeah, he says, "That woman is not dragging me into anything." Famous last line.
Yeah, famous last words. Doctor, as soon as she's like telling him, like, what do
Mm-hmm.
you know of the weeping angels? She
Yeah.
knows that she knows that's what will
Well,
get
well.
him.
At first, she says, "There's something in the belly of that ship
Oh,
that
that's
can
right.
never die," and that's when he's like,
That's
"Dang,
right.
I'm in, I guess." And Amy's very excited about being on her first planet. Okay, we got to
Mm-hmm.
pause and we got to talk about Amy Pond's most iconic outfit.
Thank you so much because I literally have it written down on my notes that we need to talk about this outfit.
Yeah,
I have something to say, okay? There
speak your
have been, thank you, there have been people who have come out of the woodwork over the years and not like Amy Pond's outfits, not like this one especially. They don't understand why this was the outfit chosen. And my response to that is this outfit is iconic and legendary. I love it so much. Forever my brain. It's perfection. Perfection.
Look, here's what I will say. Amy Pond's outfits, like, overall, aren't my favorite. I don't love them as much as I love, like, Rose's wardrobe and Clara's wardrobe.
Mm,
But, like, and not a lot of them stand out to me. But this one is the Amy Pond outfit. Like, this is her outfit. It's iconic.
yeah.
Is it, like, my personal favorite thing in the world? Maybe not, but you put that aside because it's so iconic. Like the giant red jumper, the tights, the skirt. I will say I feel like all her outfits are just kind of like a sweater and a mini skirt, but you know what? This is the look. It's the classic
Mm-hmm.
Amy Pond look. It's iconic. It changed lives. I want that red sweater. We all want that red
Yeah.
sweater.
Yeah, and like you said, not every Amy Pond outfit is created equally, but as for this outfit, just has a special place in my heart. Like when I think of Amy Pond, this is the outfit I think
Yeah.
of.
Totally. I think it's this and like her Angels Take Manhattan outfit that have really like stood the test of time. You see Amy and you see one of those two
Yeah,
outfits.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
It's the best.
Also,
So
also we need to talk about River's dress at the beginning of this episode.
yes, you're so right. The dress is great. I think it's a really great
Yeah.
black dress. Her hair, not the best River Song hair. Like they don't let her go full River Song hair in this, but um
See, I like her hair in the beginning
it's
with the
fine.
black
I
dress.
like her like normal, giant, crazy hair.
That's
Yeah.
valid.
But yeah, love the dress, love the shoes.
The
Iconic look.
shoes. The shoes make the look.
Yeah, those are some great shoes. So the doctor like properly introduces Amy and River, which is fun.
Mhm.
Um and he says like, "Oh, Professor Song," and we just get such a great reaction from her. She's like, "I'm going to be a professor someday." I love that moment. I think it's so fun.
Mhm.
And the look on the doctor's face, he's like, "I'm already messing up. Already screwing the
Yeah.
timeline. Oh well."
Yeah, and she opens up her journal and she's trying to figure out where they are, and that's when she realizes they're still in the early days, at least with Eleven's point of view.
He he explains it to Amy, and he's like, "Her past, my future," and he says "future" like so annoyed, like he's so like upset about the concept of his future, and I always just think it's a really funny line delivery. And he also says
Mhm.
to her, "I'm not going to be there every time you feel like jumping out of a spaceship," and she's just like, "You're so wrong." And I love that that does become kind of one of their reoccurring bits, is her just jumping off of things and falling
Mm-hmm.
into the TARDIS.
Yeah, and the doctor falling for River Song every
Mm-hmm.
single time. There is not one time this man leaves her in the dust.
Yeah, always there to catch her.
Mm-hmm.
And then we meet Father Octavian, who I now know from Downton Abbey because I'm watching Downton Abbey for the first time.
Wait, who does he play in Downton Abbey?
He plays Sir Richard, which is like the fiance of like the oldest daughter for a while, and then they break up, and he's a prick, and he works in newspapers, and he like hides her secret for her for a while. I don't know if he reveals it, but yeah,
That
he's
sounds
Sir
like
Richard.
vaguely familiar. I really need to like rewatch Downton Abbey. There is so much I don't remember.
Yeah, you. Okay. For anyone that's watched Downton Abbey, I just started watching it for the first time, and I was like, "OMG!" It starts with the Titanic sinking, and Haley was like, "It does."
Keep in mind, I watched Downton Abbey.
Yeah, it's fun, and Harriet Jones is there.
She is there. She is
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now we got a new show we can talk about.
Yeah.
Connect actors too. It's perfect. Yeah, and this is where we find out that there is an angel on the spaceship that has now crashed into this planet or whatever.
Yeah. And I love the Weeping Angels. And I'm really happy we have them here again. I definitely like them used like I like how they've been used in the show. I feel like they've been used an appropriate amount of times without it getting too much.
Yeah.
But I'm also glad that like we get them because they're one of my favorite like Doctor Who villains. Like truly.
Yeah, I feel like they had to come back,
Yeah.
Steven's the showrunner now, like he's got to bring them back. His famous episode Blink, come on. And yeah, I don't have any problems with how they're used in at least this first part. We'll find out next week. I don't know, but as far as remember, I don't have any problems with how they're used in this two-parter. And going forward, like they're not. People
Yeah.
say like, "Oh, the angels have been overused. They've been used too much." Girl, where?
No.
What show are you watching? Where are the angels? Because I don't see them here. I don't think they've
Yeah.
been used too much, especially when you compare them to literally anything else on the show.
Yeah. Compare them to the Daleks, compare them to the Cybermen,
Cybermen, like, give
the
me a break.
Zygons. Wait, they might have been
Yeah,
in the show more than the Zygons. Never mind.
at least like New Who, I think.
Yeah.
We've seen them more than the Zygons.
Yeah, no. I don't even know why that was like the first comparison.
Zygons catching a random stray. They're like, what
No
am I
shade
in
to you,
it?
Zygons.
No shade, Zygons. We'll see you soon.
Okay, can we talk about how like 11 has a total crash out over the Weeping Angels with Amy, and he's like, "What part of waiting in the TARDIS did you like not understand?" And she just like,
Mhm.
"Aw, are you Mr. Grumpy Face today?"
Yeah, and he explained. He's like, I have to like climb into this spaceship, and if I don't die, blah blah blah. That's my day. That's the kind of day I'm having. And this was the moment where I was like, wow, I can't believe this is Matt Smith's like first episode because this
Mm-hmm.
just he's already killing it. He's already the doctor. And I love Amy clocks the tea between him and River immediately. She's
Mm-hmm.
like, that's Mrs. Doctor Who. She's going to be your wife one day. And then he's like, you know what? I am being Mr. Grumpy Face today. It's so fun.
Oh, it's so fun. And this is like towards the latter part, or maybe even the end of this episode, but I'm just going to say it anyway since we're talking about this. She clocks it to River too, and she's like, I just know, like, you're his wife. Are you his wife? And River goes, Amy, 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 could it ever be something as simple as that with someone like the doctor? And Amy just says, yes.
Yo. I
Yeah.
love that. One of my favorite Amy and River moments. Such a fun
Mm-hmm.
scene. And I love River being like, yeah, you got it, Queen. You got me. You clocked it.
Yeah. I always want to know, like, I wish we could have gotten a POV of River from this episode to see where her
Mhm.
mind was at, like all of the feelings, all of the emotions, because in this
Yeah.
episode, we don't know who she is. We don't know her backstory. And to, be with the 11th Doctor in his early days, see Amy and like experience all of this, I'd be so curious to like know where she was at mentally. And kind of the same with 11 and Amy later on, like as they
Oh, yeah.
reflect.
I definitely wanna know their future, them's thoughts on this, things that happen, mostly in the next part. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we do kinda see River's perspective on this, but not really later on, but kind
Yeah,
of.
not really. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
not
count
really.
it.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, if you're wondering why we're not talking about the thing, we're trying to like kind of avoid spoilers. So we're gonna try for anyone like watching for the first time,
Yeah.
listening to this. We're trying to avoid spoilers. We won't be perfect. We will give spoiler warnings in the future, but
Yeah,
yeah, if you're wondering why we're not talking about certain things, that's why.
exactly. River's backstory just adds a lot more to
Hmm.
these two episodes that we get with the Weeping Angels. But what are your thoughts on the Weeping Angel on the TV?
That glitchy weeping angel image would haunt the internet for years.
Mm-hmm. It haunted my computer background back in the day.
Yes, I remember. Wasn't your mom like freaked out by it?
Yeah, I shared like the full story in our Blink episode, so go listen to that if you haven't. But basically, my mom borrowed my computer for like something school related, and she was meeting with a bunch of parents, and she like went to mirror the screen on the TV, and there was just like this angel like just moving every few seconds. That's what ended up with her watching the show actually. Blink
Oh,
was her
that's so
first
funny.
episode.
Well, I think I showed my siblings like Blink as a first episode once. I don't know.
You know what? That's okay. You didn't know any better back then. You were still a new fan.
I was just listening to the people being like, "This is a great intro episode," and now I'm like, "No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's
It's
literally not
not."
even the full show.
Yeah, I'm like, that's like saying like 73 yards is a great intro episode.
Oh my gosh. Imagine just like having your friend watch 73 Yards and be like, yeah, that's the show. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I I would feel so bamboozled. I'd be like,
I
why
would be
why was
so
I lied
confused.
to?
I would be like, who's Ruby? Who is this random man? What is this blue box?
Yeah,
Oh, and suddenly the world is imploding, but not anymore because of this creepy woman.
yeah, classic.
Classic. Where were
Okay,
we?
yes. I we were talking about the angel. No, I iconic. I love this whole thing. Very creepy. Yeah, the an image of an angel becomes the angel. It is very creepy. I love Karen's performance in this scene. Her, having to look at it. I love the like winking she does. Very, very
Mm-hmm.
fun, very smart. She has a great performance here. I think it's really like one of her big standout moments. And yeah, very spooky.
Very, very spooky.
But what do you think about this thing?
Oh no, I love this scene. I love how like not creepy, but like how freaky it is and how they don't realize at first that the image of an angel, what is it? The image of an angel
The
becomes
image
an
of an yeah.
which I that concept is like so intriguing to me, and that always makes me wonder like Sally Sparrow, Billy, Nightingale, are you all okay? Because you have pictures of weeping angels that the doctor
Do
gave
they
you
though?
at
Oh,
the end
he
of Blink.
did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Watch out, Sally. Yes, to get what we didn't see is after this episode, he was like, "Oh damn, let me go get those."
Yeah, well, I might be misremembering. They definitely have pictures, but maybe 10 didn't give it to them. I'm a little foggy on that, but I know they have
Well,
pictures of the weeping angels.
didn't they give the doctor everything they had on the angels? So I think he would have the
I
photos.
don't think so.
Yeah, but remember at the end of Fling, she meets
No,
like
I know what you're
her
talking about, but I
instructor.
don't think they gave him all the stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
But bitch, meanwhile, while Amy's like, this angel is moving, River and the doctor are talking outside, and she says, you know, it's so strange when you go old baby face. And this is when they're having the early days conversation. And she
Mm-hmm.
says, so you don't know who I am yet, which she should have realized that by now.
Yeah, like, girl, of course he doesn't know who you are yet. It's early days.
Yeah. So people talk about like, but I'm not even saying like, oh, it's early days. Like, of course he wouldn't know, just based off like everything else that has happened and like the episode and the characters. Like, obviously she would realize he doesn't know the thing
Mm-hmm.
yet. So people talk like, oh, Stephen Moffat had this whole plan, like right from the beginning. He knew everything. Look, I love the man. I love Stephen Moffat. He
Mm-hmm.
did not have everything planned, at least not at this point.
No, I think he had a decent amount planned, like at least in his head. But also, what I really like about Moffat is like at least it always has appeared to me, is that like he will go back to see what crumbs he's dropped in past episodes and then bring them to forward in future episodes. And we see this like with the Anglican Marines. Like I don't
Mm.
think he was like, well, in approximately however many years from now, I'm going to write an episode titled Boom that will air on Disney Plus with the revival of RTD coming back. Like it was not planned out that far.
Yeah, that would be crazy. You saying that, like, we have to mention the crash of the Byzantium is something that was
Yes.
mentioned in the library two-parter, which is just
Yeah.
like insane to me that he wrote that then and then went back, took just a phrase and then created an entire episode around it. Insane.
Insane. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Obsessed, gagged, love it. Oh, and River also reveals here that she has photos of all his faces, which is something we actually see later.
Mm-hmm. Again, some like future crumbs
Mm-hmm.
that will be brought forth. Yeah, I love that. I
Yeah.
also really like her comment where she's like, never in order though, so like I need a spotter's guide.
That is kind of funny to think. Like, she has all the faces, but she's like, I don't know who
Mm-hmm.
comes first. Yeah, so Amy is able to pause the video on the blip. Very smart. She's better than me because I would just be crashing out. I would have
Yeah.
blinked already, is the truth.
The truth is I would already either be back in time or my neck would have been snapped. Which side note,
Yeah.
terrifying out of the lore that
So
they can snap
when
your
he just,
necks.
yeah, when he says that later, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm
No.
like, that's worse than being sent back in time.
Ugh, yeah, but mm, depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, tough way to go. I do love when the doctor is like, River, hug Amy because I'm busy.
Yeah. But then they don't even really hug because they're
Yeah.
both being like, what are you on? Which cracks me
Yeah,
up.
they're like,
Like,
why?
why? Okay.
um,
Not to be annoying, but I pulled up the end of Blink.
okay. Okay. And we're learning that I'm right.
No, we're learning that I'm right.
Oh,
Because look, Billy
oh, okay. So
has the
they have
pictures.
the photos, and
We
then
have
she
the
gives
photos.
him all the photos.
Oh wait, maybe it is in there with like the script.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We're both right in our own way.
Well, okay.
I just don't want to admit defeat that I remembered it wrong.
I know that I'm right, and that's all that matters to me.
Okay. Our first ever beef. I'm just kidding.
It's not our
This is
first
not
beef on
beef.
this.
No.
Our first beef was arguing over our episode placement of Rose and Father's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to her series 1 wrap up if you want to know the lore.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what's going on? Oh, so they realize they are going through these caves. Basically, they're looking for a stone angel, but there's all these other
Yeah.
statues there also, so it's going to be a lot of work. At this point, they think they're only looking for one angel.
Yeah, they're like needle in the haystack, but we got it.
Yeah.
And my thing is like, why did they not just leave it there? Why didn't they just
No,
leave?
I was also wondering that cuz like okay, it's a bit they did say there were like colony planets or ships nearby because the doctor
Mm,
has that line where he's like you lot, you're like rabbits.
oh,
Um
that's right.
but for the most part like this particular place seems abandoned. So I'm like well, if how's the angel going to get anywhere? Like if this whole place is abandoned, but I don't know.
Yeah, very interesting. Very like creepy that it's basically a maze of the dead.
Yeah, a good line. Good book title.
Good book title, yeah. So like all of the statues that they're passing are like of these people of the Uplands are what they were called. No one really knows like why they died. They just like were starving and died, I guess. But we find out that because they were starving and like they died, they were losing their image basically, which then this is where I'm a little murky. Then like a bunch of weeping angels came to like take over, or was it just the one?
No. Okay. So all these statues are the angels and they're dying
Right.
because they haven't been able to feed off of anything. They didn't take over anyone. They are
Oh.
the angels.
That was embarrassing. That makes so much
It's
more
okay.
sense.
Happy to help. Oh, and we meet Bob.
We meet Bob. We also
Meet
meet
Sacred Bob.
yeah, we also meet Angelo and Christian
Oh yeah.
too.
The doctor says he loves the Bob, and so do we. He's just like
Yes, we
us.
do. No, for real.
Oh, the doctor also has a line in this episode. He says he's on Virginia Woolf's bowling team.
Oh yeah, he does say that. I love little lines added in like that.
Yeah, me too. It's so Moffat's really great at that. The little like world
Mhm.
building.
Yeah, he definitely is. And then, as they are going through all of these creepy statues and like going through this maze, Eleven and River kind of have a moment where they're like, wait a second, hold up. The Outlands has two heads. Why don't any of these statues have two
Well, they
heads?
they both have a moment that they're like something's wrong, but I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. And then they have a moment and they're like, how did we miss this? And I love that they're just
Mm-hmm.
like on the same wavelength. This is what I mean
Mm-hmm.
where it's like they work so well together and these are like as we keep saying very early days for them and yet they still work very well together and they can kind of work as a team without even having to like fully communicate each other's like moves or what they're doing. You know, when you're working with someone and you just work very like peacefully and silently together, but it works very well. You don't even have to like really say what you're trying to do or what you want. You just you're in the zone. Um
Yeah.
they have like so many moments in this and this is one of them. And yeah, this is the fun thing like the people on this planet had two heads and they realized none of these statues have two heads.
Yeah, your point about them getting each other and being on the same wavelength is so true. And that's something about their relationship that we see in like every episode they're on practically together. And that is a big reason why I love them because there's
Mhm.
that equal footing there that like
Yeah.
sometimes River lags behind and sometimes 11 lags behind, but ultimately they eventually get to the same page and like realize things at the same time. And it's just always so interesting seeing that. And like Amy is just like confused, not knowing what's going
Mhm.
on. It's just their whole dynamic in this episode is so good. And yeah, they realize after that moment that The crash wasn't an accident, it was a rescue mission.
Yeah, I really liked that idea. And she's like, well, I did warn them about the angel. Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting concept. And I love the moment where they all like get back and they turn off all the lights and the doctor turns off his for just like a split second and then they see that they've moved. Such a good moment. It was so spooky.
Yeah, so, so spooky. And the weeping angel talks through the walkie talkie
Mm.
to 11. And 11 takes
Well, it's
over.
Bob. We don't know it's the angel yet. At first, we just think it's Bob.
Right. No, I know that. Yeah. So it's Bob at first, or so they think, but then find out Bob's gone.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Bob. We love
Rip
you.
Bob. And I love that reveal, sir. Or I love that reveal. He says, "I didn't escape, sir. The angel killed me too." Crazy.
So, yeah, so
Yeah.
sad. But a moment that I really want to talk about is between Father Octavian and 11, because 11 just like takes over the walkie talkie as Father Octavian is like, because like he wants to rescue his men before he knows any better. And kind of at like the end of this moment between him and 11, 11's talking about like, I'm sorry, like they're too far gone, you can't rescue them. And Father Octavian just says, I know that, sir. And when you've flown away in your little blue box, I'll explain that to their families. And it's not that like he's going after 11, it's just like this is the harsh truth and reality, and then like it
Hmm.
stings.
Yeah, they have an interesting dynamic. These two, like they're very.
Sorry, I accidentally pressed the video to
Mm,
disappear.
no, you're good. Yeah, they have a interesting dynamic, these two, because they're clearly like different people. He's a Anglican Marine, so we know how the doctor feels about them. Well, I guess at this point we don't, but we know whatever. Timey wimey. um, and yeah, and then there's more stuff, but I want to. It's next week, so I'll save it. But I don't know. Interesting. This Octavian guy. He's always an interesting character to me, but really great performance from him. Oh, and we do also get the moment between him and River at some point where he's like, so he doesn't know who you are, what you did. And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, don't let him find out because then he won't help us.
So good.
Yeah. Oh, and then that's when she says, drops the prison reveal. She's like, don't worry, I don't want to go back to prison. She says, I have no intention of going back to prison, which, yeah, checks out.
And then flashing over to Amy, like she saw the angel on the TV and she tried her best, but
Hmm.
she looked at the angel's eyes, which like is like the entrance.
They say it's like the eyes or the door or something. So
Oh,
don't look
yeah.
it in the eyes or something.
Basically, and so she did that, and like ever since that she's been like rubbing her eye, and like some of this like stone just kind of crumbles, and then she gets to a point at the end of this episode where her hand is stone. Or is it? Because
Yeah.
to her it is stone, and like she can't move and can't go on, and she's telling 11 to go, like it's okay, it's been a nice life, like he has this whole future with River he has to like attend to, which is wild for her to say that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, like that moment always like is so crazy to me that she just thinks 11 is going to leave her, and 11 just goes, Amy, I'm so sorry to do this to you. And she's like, yeah, it's okay, I know you gotta go. And then he bites her. And then she just
Yeah.
like screams and is like, do you have space teeth?
Her reaction is so funny, so perfect. Yeah. Think of
Yeah.
space teeth. So funny.
So funny. But then she's like, oh, I'm actually good. And so that's when they
Yeah.
run. But then, they all realize their way out is 30 feet up. They're getting chased by the angels. And River is like, no pressure, but this is usually when you have a really good plan.
Yeah. And this is one of like the iconic Matt Smith doctor scenes. He's like, you never, the one thing, I didn't write down the speech, so I'm gonna butcher it, but he's like, the one thing you never ever put in a trap, me, and just fires a
Mm-hmm.
gun. Iconic, legendary scene, changed lives. We all know where we were.
Yeah. And that's the cliffhanger. And I love that that's the cliffhanger. So
Yeah,
good. Like, it's so
so
good.
good. Yeah, it's such a gag.
Um, yeah. But before, like, the very end, the angels are like trying to get him to be mad and
Oh
like
yeah,
angry. And Bob, well, the weeping, okay, it's kind of confusing because the weeping angels are like, we have no voice, but we're using Bob's voice. So technically
it's
they have
Angel
a voice.
Bob.
It's Angel Bob, yeah.
Yeah.
So Angel Bob is like, something that angels are keen for you to know is that you told me my faith could keep me alive. Well, I died in pain and alone. You made me trust you, and when it mattered, you let me down. Sorry, guys, I can't read my own notes. I don't know what I was doing last night.
That's okay. Yeah, I like this moment when the angels
Mm-hmm.
are like purposely trying to agitate him, and it kind of works. And I love like River and Amy kind of off to the side talking about it and watching it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait. I wanted to mention a quick moment that I think is at maybe the middle of this episode. I don't know, at some point before everything goes haywire. It's when Amy and River are talking about the doctor, and like Amy is like clocking the tea with River, and then River just goes, I know you're listening to 11, and he's
Oh
like,
yes,
I'm not
yes we are.
listening.
Yeah, he
And
has
then
the
she
scanner upside down.
upside down. Yeah.
No, I love that moment. Yeah, it's very fun. The dynamic, like watching this back, the dynamic between the three of them is just very funny. And even though like things weren't planned at this point, you can watch it back and
Yeah.
kind of like add in your own narrative, and it still works. Like nothing in this like is really like, well, that doesn't make sense. It still all works. Like it wasn't planned, but it still works really well together, which I think just speaks to how well Stephen Moffat he pays attention to those kind of things and like what he wrote before, what he said
Absolutely.
before. And it's, you know, it's one of the things that makes him a great writer and made him a great showrunner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, that is the time of angels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is like I said, it really is just a lot of them like walking and talking.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I love it. It maybe it is like some part 1 setup syndrome, but it's still a good time, and I'm very excited to talk about next week because there's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about in Flesh and Stone. And we're gonna hold off on like reviews, heart of the story, favorite
Star of
character,
the show.
star of the
Yeah,
show. Thank you. I could like not remember that. Yeah, we do this every episode,
I
and
know.
without fail, one of us forgets one of the things. But with that said, thanks for listening to us. And if you have watched us on YouTube, thanks for watching.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. Go watch us. Go say hi. See our faces and
Mm-hmm.
not very exciting backgrounds, but it's a good time. And follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We post, you know, clips from the episode, fun things on our stories
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. And you can email us your thoughts on this episode or episodes that we have to come. Share your thoughts. We'll read them on an episode. And yeah, give us a review if you can. 5 stars. We'd really appreciate it.
We would. And we're a Timey-Wimey Pod on all socials, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And our email is timeyimeypod@gmail.com.
Yes, thank you. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.